Hey, BuzzReelers. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. We're diving deep today, deep into the electric state.
Yeah.
This upcoming sci-fi epic from Netflix. And it really has everyone buzzing.
It really does.
I mean, have you seen the budget for this thing?
It's insane.
It's massive.
Yeah.
We're talking $320 million.
$320 million.
Making it Netflix's, well, I don't know if I call it a gamble.
It's a big investment.
Yeah, it's a huge investment.
You're going all in.
Yeah, they are. For this one.
Yeah.
Especially with, well, I mean, the Russo Brothers.
The Russo Brothers.
That's the helm. I mean, those guys know how to create worlds.
Right? Oh, absolutely.
And deliver action on such a grand scale.
On a grand scale.
I mean, after all, come on.
They're the ones who gave us Infinity War and Endgame.
Infinity War and Endgame.
And we're talking, I mean...
It's huge.
Yeah, Blockbuster.
And you know what else is really interesting about this?
What's that?
The source material. This movie is based on...
Oh, yeah.
Simon Stålenhag's work.
Simon Stålenhag.
I always mess up his last name.
Stålenhag, yeah.
The Swedish artist.
Swedish artist.
Who's so famous for those...
haunting, futuristic landscapes.
Yeah.
Those retro-futuristic vibes where it's like everyday scenes, but then you've got like giant robots.
Exactly.
And strange technology.
I love that stuff.
It's so cool.
It's so visually striking and like just, I don't know, there's something about it.
It's got a certain mood.
Yeah, a mood.
Yeah.
It's, I think haunting is a good word for it.
Definitely.
But his work's already been adapted into the show Tales from the Loop.
Oh, yeah. That was on Amazon.
On Amazon, which is visually...
stunning. Amazing show.
So good. So picture this.
Okay.
An alternate 1990s.
Okay.
Where a robot uprising.
Oh, wow.
Has already happened.
Okay.
Right?
Wait.
The world is in chaos.
Yeah.
And in the middle of all of this is this... teenage orphan.
Oh, wow.
Who's on this desperate search for her missing brother.
Oh, so it's like a quest.
It's a quest.
Oh, I love a good quest.
Talk about high-stakes adventure.
Yeah,
right.
Totally. And she's not alone on this quest. She's got some companions. Some seriously interesting characters.
Okay.
We're talking like a quirky robot.
A robot, okay.
A smuggler who knows like the ins and outs of this dystopian world.
Okay, so he's like the guide.
Yeah, the guide.
All right.
And then the smuggler also has a sidekick.
Oh,
who adds a whole other layer of humor to the mix.
So it's like a little
a little trio, a little team.
A little team, a little
band of adventurers.
A band of adventurers. I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of interesting characters.
Yes.
Can we just talk about this cast for a minute?
Oh, my goodness. The cast is incredible.
It's incredible.
We've got Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Fresh off her Stranger Things success.
Right.
And Chris Pratt.
Our favorite space ranger.
Our favorite space ranger.
From Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
Leading the charge.
They're leading the charge.
I mean, come on.
And that's not even... the best part.
That's just...
the tip of the iceberg.
The tip of the iceberg.
We've got Ke Huy Quan.
Ke Huy Quan, yeah.
Jason Alexander.
Oh, wow.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, my gosh.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci.
The list goes on.
It goes on and on.
I mean, they even have some voices for this project, like big names, you know.
Oh, wait.
Woody Harrelson, Anthony Mackie, Brian Cox.
Wow.
It's like they assembled a dream team.
A dream team, yeah.
Of Hollywood talent.
I know what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
You're thinking Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
In like a gritty sci-fi drama.
Trust me.
This is not your ordinary...
It's not your typical...
sci-fi project.
From what we've heard, the script really resonated with him.
Really?
He was actually planning a break from acting.
Oh, wow.
But he couldn't resist.
He couldn't resist the opportunity.
To dive into
the electric state.
The electric state.
Wow.
It's that good.
It's got to be good to pull him back in.
Yeah, exactly.
Like from a break.
I mean, and it's not hard to see why.
Yeah, why is that?
He gets to reunite with the Russo brothers.
The Russo brothers, again.
Oh my God.
Another reunion.
I mean, they obviously have chemistry.
It's from the Avengers
From the Avengers movies.
So that'll be great to see.
It'll be great to see that. Plus, you know, Pratt has talked about...
What has he said?
This film having this, you know...
A special
kind of Amblin.
Feel
to it.
Like the Goonies, kind of?
Yeah. The Goonies.
Oh, I see.
That classic 80s and 90s coming of age.
Mm-hmm.
With heart.
With heart, with humor, with a little bit of adventure.
a dash of adventure.
It definitely seems like a project that's close to his heart.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it does seem like they're going for something like more than just your typical
like
sci-fi action flick.
Action explosion.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly. This Amblin style that Chris Pratt was talking about could really add a layer of like emotional depth.
Yeah.
That we don't always see.
Not always.
In these big
sci-fi films.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that makes me wonder, like, how
are they going
to balance
it all?
Yeah, balance those lighter,
more nostalgic elements. With the like darker aspects.
The darker,
the story.
Because a world recovering from a robot uprising.
It's not exactly sunshine and rainbows.
No, not exactly.
Right.
Not at all. And that's where I think Simon Stålenhag's influence becomes really fascinating.
Interesting.
His art has this incredible way of like blending the ordinary with the extraordinary, the familiar with the unsettling.
Yeah.
You'll see these like beautiful landscapes, like almost idyllic in a way, but then there's like a giant rusted robot
in the
background
or just some strange technological artifact
jutting out of the earth.
I love that.
And it creates this sense of wonder, but also unease
at the same time. You know what it's like.
What's it like?
It's like when you find like an old photo album tucked away in the attic. You know, you're flipping through these like faded pictures. And there's this wave of nostalgia, right?
Oh, totally.
Remembering like simpler times. But there's also this underlying sense of like melancholy. Knowing that those moments are gone. And things have changed like irrevocably.
We've moved on.
I wonder if the electric state will evoke that same like complex feeling.
I think that's a great comparison.
Yeah,
because Stålenhag's work often makes you like question the cost of progress. The things that we lose in pursuit of, like the new and the shiny.
The new?
Yeah. And that feeling of like looking back with both fondness and a touch of sadness. I can definitely see that playing a role in how the film portrays this like alternate 1990s.
It's interesting you say that because we often associate the 90s with this
like pre-internet
innocence. Time before like social media and like constant connectivity.
Always plugged in,
Yeah. But in this alternate reality, like they've already faced a technological...
They've already had the...
the robot uprising.
No less. I'm curious to see how the film handles that tension.
That tension between...
The allure of technology.
The allure and its potential dangers.
It's dangers.
Especially in a world where those dangers have already like manifested in a very real way.
It makes you wonder like what role does technology even play in this world after the uprising? Is it something to be feared or is it like a tool for rebuilding and reconnecting? You know,
you've got me thinking about like Millie Bobby Brown's character.
Oh, yeah.
She's this...
Teenage orphan.
Searching for her brother.
In this chaotic world.
Yeah. I can only imagine, like, the emotional weight
that she's carrying.
The resilience she must possess. How will she navigate this world that's both familiar and, like, alien to her?
Right. That's what I'm, like, most intrigued by. Is the human element in all of this. You know, we've got these big ideas about technology and progress. But at its core, this feels like a story about connection and loss and the search for belonging. It's about finding hope amidst the ruins. Which is something we can all relate to.
In some way.
Absolutely.
And
speaking of connection, I'm curious about the dynamic between these characters.
You've got this
unlikely group thrown together. The orphan, the robot, the smuggler, the sidekick. What kind of bonds
will they forge?
As they journey through this world?
I think that's where the Amblin influence could really shine.
It really could.
Those films excelled at depicting those.
Like, it's heartwarming. Friendships.
Friendships that form in the face of, like...
adversity.
Yeah.
Think about, like, the Goonies.
Yeah.
Goonies, this group of misfits.
Yeah.
They come together, this unbreakable bond as they face danger and adventure.
There's something so compelling about watching these, like...
Ragtag groups?
Ragtag groups, yeah.
Come together.
You know, each character...
brings their own strength
and vulnerability
to the table. Right.
And in a world like this, where trust is probably, like...
hard to come by.
So
hard to come by.
Yeah.
Those relationships become even more...
crucial. You need to rely on each other to survive. And I bet we'll see those relationships evolve and deepen as they face challenges and overcome obstacles together.
Yeah.
Together.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe some of those relationships will be tested.
Ooh, tested.
Along the way.
Interesting.
You've got Chris Pratt's character.
Yeah.
The Smuggler.
He's got that, like...
that roguish charm.
Yeah. But is he someone that they can truly...
depend on?
Ooh,
good question.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know, we've spent all this time talking about the big picture.
The big picture stuff.
Cast, the directors, the themes.
All the big stuff.
But I haven't even asked you, like, what excites you the most about the Electric State on a personal level?
That's a great question. I think for me, it's the potential for this film to be, like, a truly immersive experience.
Yeah.
You know, everything we've discussed.
Yeah.
From, like, Stålenhag, unique visual style, to, like, the complex characters.
Right.
And the thought-provoking themes.
It all points towards a movie that will, like, transport us to another world.
Right.
A world that's both familiar and strange.
Yeah.
Beautiful and unsettling.
Yeah.
I want to get lost in that world.
Yeah.
You know?
I know exactly what you mean.
I want to feel those emotions, ponder those questions, and walk away with a sense of wonder and maybe even a little bit of unease.
You know, talking about Stålenhag's work.
Yeah.
And the whole Amblin vibe. Has me thinking about the soundtrack.
Oh, the music.
Yeah. What kind of music do you imagine accompanying, like, these epic landscapes?
Right.
And, like, intense emotional moments.
Ooh, that's a good one. I could definitely see a blend of, like, electronic and orchestral.
Oh, interesting.
Something that captures the futuristic setting while also evoking a sense of, like, nostalgia and wonder.
Yeah.
Maybe even some, like, classic 80s synthwave thrown in for good measure.
Okay, now we're talking a soundtrack that blends, like, retro and futuristic elements.
Right.
Would be, like, the perfect complement.
It'd be perfect.
To the film's overall aesthetic.
Totally.
I can already hear those synth melodies, like, swirling around.
Yeah.
As giant robots clash against a backdrop of, like, neon sunsets.
I love it.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
And imagine the emotional impact
of
those, like, key scenes amplified by a soaring orchestral score. It's going to be epic.
It's going to be epic, yeah.
Both visually and sonically.
You know, it's incredible how much there is to discuss about this movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Even though we're still over a year away from its release.
I know.
It's a testament to, like...
the power of imagination.
And, like, the allure of a truly... captivating story.
It's a good story. Yeah, and I think that's a testament to the creators as well. They've managed to, like, pique our curiosity. Spark our imaginations. And get us all eagerly anticipating...
for the Electric State.
The arrival of the Electric State.
Exactly. And that's what we love to do here at BuzzReels.
That's what we do.
Right.
We dive deep.
Into
these movies.
Into the movies, the shows.
Our
games, all the stuff that has everyone talking.
Yeah, that has everyone buzzing.
And share our excitement with you.
With our amazing viewers.
So tell us, BuzzReelers.
Yeah. What are you most excited to see?
In the Electric State.
Are you drawn to, like, the all-star cast?
Yeah. The cast is amazing.
The epic scale of the story.
The scale is huge.
Or perhaps, like, the thought-provoking themes.
Those thought-provoking themes.
That lie beneath the surface.
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments below.
We
can't wait to hear your thoughts.
That's right. Hit us with your predictions, your hopes.
Your
wildest dreams for this movie.
Your wildest dreams.
We're all in this together. Counting down the days. Until the Electric State finally arrives. March 14th, 2025.
March 14th, 2025.
It's coming.
Until then, Stay tuned to BuzzReels.
Stay tuned.
For all the latest updates and insights.
And all the latest.
And remember, keep those imaginations buzzing.
Keep 'em buzzing.
See you next time, BuzzReelers.